Introduction. Look at the crowd in the train. The population is increasing at such an alarming rate. Do you know, Indian population has crossed 1.2 billion mark. Yes, and if population will keep on increasing at this rate, we will all be deprived of our basic necessities. Everyone should understand the importance of family planning. Absolutely, but for that, everyone should have the basic knowledge of reproductive health and birth control methods. What is the role of reproductive health knowledge in family planning? Okay, let me explain you in detail about reproductive health and the importance of its knowledge in controlling population explosion. Objectives. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to identify various reproductive problems and strategies, understand the causes of population explosion, identify the methods of birth control, understand MRT, identify various sexually transmitted diseases, understand the causes of infertility. Reproductive health. Reproductive health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of reproductive disease or infirmity. Reproductive health deals with the reproductive processes, functions, and systems at all stages of life. Reproductive health problems. Major reproductive health problems include unintended pregnancies, maternal death and disabilities, sexually transmitted diseases, infertility, adolescent reproductive health problems. Reproductive health strategies. To attain total reproductive health is followed as a national level strategies. It includes programs such as Family Planning Program 1951, Reproductive and Child Health Care Program, Introduction of Sex Education in Schools, Provision of information on hygienic sexual practices and sexually transmitted diseases, education of people on birth control options, importance of breastfeeding, etc. Statutory ban on amniocentesis. Population explosion. Causes of population explosion are increased health facilities, better living conditions, decrease in MMR. Maternal mortality rate is the ratio of the number of maternal deaths ascribed to puerperal causes in 1 year to the number of live births in that year. Decrease in IMR. Infant mortality rate refers to the number of children dying under a year of age divided by the number of live births. Decrease in death rate. The ratio of deaths to the population of a particular area during a particular period of time, usually calculated as the number of deaths per 1,000 people per year. Assessment.
Before proceeding further, let us know how much you have learnt. Drag and drop the correct option.
Assessment.
Before proceeding further, let us know how much you have learnt. Match the following.
Birth control. Birth control measures can be of two types. Natural birth control methods. Artificial birth control methods. Various programs have been implemented at national level for birth control, such as statutory raising of marriageable age of the female to 18 years and that of males to 21 years. Incentives given to couples with small families. Encouragement of the slogan Hum do, hamare do. Natural birth control methods. Natural methods work on the principle of avoiding chances of ovum and sperms meeting. They can be periodic abstinence. In this method, the couples avoid or abstain from coitus from day 10 to 17 of the menstrual cycle when ovulation could be expected. Withdrawal or coitus interruptus. In this method, the male partner withdraws his penis from the vagina just before ejaculation so as to avoid insemination. Lactational amenorrhea. This refers to the time when mother breastfeeds the child fully, as during this period chances of conception are almost nil. Artificial birth control methods. Barrier method. In this method, ovum and sperms are prevented physically from meeting. Examples: condom. They are made of rubber or latex to cover the penis in males or vagina or cervix in females just before coitus. This prevents the entry of semen to enter the female reproductive tract. Diaphragms. Cervical caps. Vaults. Intrauterine devices. These are inserted by experts into the uterus through the vagina. They increase sperm phagocytosis and decrease sperm motility, thereby reducing sperm fertilization capacity. Oral contraceptives. Available as small doses of progesterone or progesterone-estrogen combination. They are taken daily except menstruation or 7-day period. They inhibit ovulation and implantation. Injectable contraceptives. Progesterone alone or in combination with estrogen are given as injections or implants under the skin. Surgical methods. Surgical methods, also called sterilization, are the terminal methods to prevent pregnancy. They are of two types. Vasectomy. A small part of vas deferens is removed. Tubectomy. A small part of fallopian tube is removed. Medical termination of pregnancy. Intentional or voluntary termination of pregnancy before full term is called medical termination of pregnancy, MTP, or induced abortion. Government of India legalized MTP in 1971 with some strict conditions to avoid its misuse. MTPs are considered relatively safe during the first trimester, that is, up to 12 weeks of pregnancy. Sexually transmitted diseases. Diseases or infections which are transmitted through sexual intercourse are collectively called sexually transmitted diseases. These include gonorrhea, syphilis, genital herpes, chlamydiasis, genital warts, trichomoniasis, hepatitis B, AIDS. Mode of transmission: blood transfusion, unsafe sexual contact, sharing infectious needles and surgical instruments, from infected mothers to babies. Symptoms in genital regions: itching, fluid discharge, pain, swelling. Complications: pelvic inflammatory diseases, abortions, stillbirth, ectopic pregnancies, infertility, reproductive tract cancer. Prevention: avoid sex with unknown partners or multiple partners. Always use condoms during coitus. In case of doubt, early detection and complete treatment can prevent complications. Infertility. Infertility refers to inability to produce children in spite of unprotected sexual cohabitation. Various methods for giving birth to children in infertile couples are referred to as assisted reproductive technologies. These are in vitro fertilization, gamete intrafallopian transfer, intracytoplasmic sperm injection, artificial insemination. ART techniques. In vitro fertilization. In this method, ova from the wife or donor, female, and sperms from the husband or donor, male, are collected and are induced to form zygote under simulated conditions in the laboratory. Zygote or embryos are then transferred into the fallopian tube or uterus. Gamete intrafallopian transfer. In this method, ovum is transferred from the donor into the fallopian tube of another female. Intracytoplasmic sperm injection. A sperm in this method is directly injected into the ovum in the laboratory. Artificial insemination. In this technique, the sperm collected either from the husband or a healthy donor is artificially introduced either into the vagina or into the uterus of the female. Assessment. Before proceeding further, let us know how much you have learned. Did you know? According to the director of the Reproductive Endocrinology Department of Loyola University, Chicago Strick School of Medicine, the heat produced by laptops can negatively influence sperm. The heat near the scrotum may damage or kill sperm, resulting in reduced sperm count or motility or even total infertility. So laptops should always be placed on desktops to avoid sperm damage. Summary. Let us summarize what we have learned. Reproductive health refers to a total well-being in all aspects of reproduction, that is, physical, emotional, behavioral, and social. Improved health facilities and better living conditions promoted an explosive growth of population. Various contraceptive methods can be used for birth control. MTP is generally performed to get rid of unwanted pregnancy due to rapes, casual relationship, etc. As also in cases when the continuation of pregnancy could be harmful or even fatal to either the mother or the fetus or both. Diseases or infections transmitted through sexual intercourse are called sexually transmitted diseases or STDs. Inability to conceive or produce children even after 2 years of unprotected sexual cohabitation is called infertility.